What's going on, guys? Making another video. I actually started making this one like last week, and then shit went sideways, so I was like, fuck it, scrap it, start all over again. So just go ahead and hop right into it. Don't want to waste y'all's time. So this video is I guess gonna be titled things you need to do, and or at least know, and whatnot, a mixture of things to do and know to be successful here at Walmart. These are things that I found that have helped me out. It is by no means a comprehensive list, and it is no means a well, actually that's it, just really a comprehensive list. These are things that I found that have helped me out, and as I've improved on these things, I noticed that everything's just gotten better as far as the runs, the pay, just overall life, and the culture here has gotten better for me. So I'm just, like I said, just gonna hop right into it. So I think the biggest thing is to understand your ETD. ETD stands for estimated time of departure. At least that's what I was always told it is. I've heard some people be like, estimated time for next dispatch. Whatever it is, they're both equally important. It's the same fucking thing. You need to understand how it works. So basically what we have here is, damn, sorry guys, friend called. I can never seem to catch a break. Like, somebody or something is always interrupting anytime I try to record a video. Like, I don't want to put my phone on do not disturb, because then if I get an important phone call, I'm going to miss it. But I'm just like, it's like people can feel when I'm trying to put out valuable information to you guys. Anywho, ETD, kind of talked about that before we got disconnected. So I've dealt with two different schools of thoughts on how to handle doing your ETD. And I guess I'm hopefully, you know, I have a bunch of Walmart drivers who watch this. So hopefully you guys will weigh in the comment section to clear it up with me, but also other people who are, you know, going to be future drivers at some point. Yeah. I mean, either way it works for me, but you know, I'd love to see what everybody else's intake is throughout the country who watches my videos. Okay, so you guys know how we have to put like our ETD in the system. I've had people tell me two different things. So I've had some people say you throw it out there for the furthest point in your workflow on the in-transit system, and then you also do it step by step. And here's what I mean. So let's say I start my day at DC 6070, Shelby, North Carolina. And I'll give you a prime example of what I had to do yesterday. So I had to go to started in 6070, Shelby, North Carolina. Went down to Columbia, South Carolina, delivered at a store out there. Went to a vendor on the other side of Columbia, picked up there, and then had to go to Monroe, Georgia, DC 6055. That was all the work they gave me. So I've had one school of thought where a person has told me, hey, do it from your furthest point out in your workflow. So you know you have to go to store 1234, go to vendor 5678, and then go to DC 6055. What you need to do is calculate an estimation of how long, how many driving hours it's going to take you to do all that work, and how long total is it going to take you to get to DC 6055. So you have to factor in everything. And then I've also been told that do it like per each section. So if I left DC 6070 and had to go to store 1234, I need to say the time that I think I'm going to leave store 1234. And then after that, I update it to the time that I will leave vendor 5678. And then update it for the time that I would like to depart from DC 6055. I've had two different school of thoughts. To be honest, I I found success in both of them. But you know, I can't. I don't want to say which one is right and which one is wrong, because honestly, I'm really not sure. I personally have been doing the whole calculate how long it takes you to do everything up to your furthest point out, and then just as you get closer to completing those tasks, go ahead and dial in my time to become more accurate. Because sometimes it might be like 300 miles worth of driving, and I might have like 3 live unloads, and then like I might have like 3 live unloads and you know, 1 drop and hook. So what I'll end up doing, fuck, I did not mean to do that. So what I'll end up doing is I lost my train of thought fucking around with this truck. Anyway, sorry. So what I end up doing is just putting out my furthest, you know, place of my workflow. And as I'm getting closer to completing those tasks and getting closer to when I have to get to that place, I'll typically end up like closing in my time and updating each section to where I give a more accurate time of what time I'm expecting my next departure or dispatch from there, and how many hours I have left on my 70 and on my 11 for the day. That's just what I've been doing. It's been working well. When I was doing it the other way, it worked well too. So I can't really say what is the technical textbook right or wrong way to do it. So hopefully you guys will comment in the comment section and talk about that. But whichever method you choose, you need to make sure that your ETDs are put in properly. What you don't want to do is say that your ETD is going to be 1800 from DC 6055, but then you're looking at your GPS and you're saying you're going to get to DC 6055 by 1600. Like, you don't need 2 hours off. I mean, unless you're doing something, but typically you want to crunch that up as much as possible so they can keep you moving. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to get there and you're not going to have any loads. You're not going to have any work. So you're going to walk in the office and be like, hey, I'm available for dispatch. They're going to look in the ETD and be like, you set your ETD for like 2 hours from now. Like, we wouldn't know to dispatch you on something because you said you weren't going to be available for another 2 hours. So, yeah, it is imperative that you set your ETDs properly. Thus, they'll be able to keep you moving. Because if you're setting them properly and you're keeping up with your time hacks, I've noticed typically usually about 20 to 30 minutes out from you arriving at the last point on your workflow, they're going to have another trip planned on you. So by the time you get in there, drop your trailer, walk into the office to get the paperwork, they're going to, here's your paperwork, you know, and you're on your way out the door to grab your next trailer and keep it pushing. So it is very imperative that you stay on top of your ETDs. You're going to only screw yourself from the amount of potential work you can do if your ETDs are not done properly. That is probably like the biggest thing. Understand doing things the Walmart way. Here's another big one. The way we just do things, the way Walmart wants things done, there's a reason. They try to do things as safely as possible. So with that being said, don't really knock and buck and grind against the system. What you should be doing, and what I found helps me, is I develop a method of doing things. Well, I have developed a method of doing things. So I don't end up I don't end up breaking the rules. Like, you're supposed to do a full 360 degree walk around the truck before you back into places. What I do is I set up for my backing maneuver, doesn't matter where I'm at. I'll get out and I will walk around the truck. If I'm at a store, this is what I do. I walk around the truck. I'm inspecting the area around me that I'm going to be maneuvering in. Once I get to the back of the trailer, I take my lock off the trailer, and then I will walk around the passenger side and I'm assessing the entire area. So by the time I've made it back into my truck, I have assessed the area, I've done my full 360, and I've had a chance to take off my lock. So I can bump the dock. Kill two birds with one stone. It's the same thing whenever I'm dropping a trailer to pick up another one. I'll walk around, do my post-trip inspection of the trailer, identify any issues that there might be. I'm checking the tires and whatnot, get to the rear end of the trailer, take the lock off, do the same thing going up the passenger side. I'm assessing the area, checking the trailer, doing all of that. So by the time I get up to the front of the truck, I've done my post-trip on my trailer, I have assessed the area that I'm going to be maneuvering in, I've done my 360 of the truck, killed two birds with one stone, I back it into the spot, keep it pushing. Develop, understanding the way Walmart wants things done, and then developing a method to make it happen. That's all there is to it. There's another thing. Another driver told me to say, you want to hustle hard and try to make as much money as you can here, in each given day. That's fine. But another older, wise driver told me, he's been here for like God knows how long. He said to me one day, he was just like, a lot of people want to make the mistake of coming here working fast, and they make mistakes and they don't do things the Walmart way. You don't have to rush doing this job. He said to me, you don't have to run. He's like, you can walk. Metaphorically speaking, obviously. He's like, you don't have to run, you can walk and move at your own pace, but make those steps count. That's what he said. And I was like, that makes sense. And that's what I do. I don't move fast because moving fast is going to cause you to make an error. But when I am doing stuff, I'm not wasting my steps. I'm not wasting my time, because that's going to cause you to not be successful. That's going to cut back on the potential of how much money you can make per day. Next section. Understand how each DC operates. What I've noticed very fast that there's a big way that Walmart wants things to operate, but every DC is a little bit different. And that, it is what it is. Not everybody's the exact same. All the way down from the highest person in rank from the DC, all the way down to the lowest person in rank. Everybody's different. So I can't expect people in Shelby to act the same way as people in Pageland. I can't expect the people in Pageland to act the same way as the people down in McClenny, Florida. I can't expect the people in McClenny, Florida to act the same way as the people in Brundage, Alabama. You see what I'm saying? You're doing the same thing, but even if you're just simply factoring people's attitudes, the way they walk and talk, and just the way they are, people in general, human nature, not everybody's the same. So I understand that each DC runs a tad bit different. Prime example, I was doing, let's say there have been times where I might go to a store and it's a 1-for-1 trade. You drop it, pick a loaded one, you pick up an empty. There'd be times when I'll go to a store, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen, where they're behind and there's no empty trailer for me to take. If I'm running out of Shelby, or they're the ones that are dispatching me, and I'm currently running under basically a dispatch from them, if you even think about bobtailing, you better call somebody, because 9 times out of 10 they're either going to tell you to wait until they finish unloading a trailer, or they're going to exhaust every possible method to keep you from bobtailing before they'll allow you to bobtail. Now, I went over to Pageland when I was doing Pageland at a grocery dedicated. I went somewhere, they didn't have an empty. I called the dude in the office. I'm like, hey, they don't have an empty trailer. What would you like for me to do? And he goes like, my man, why are you even wasting time calling the office? Like, just bobtail back. Okay, he goes like, he's like, I don't understand. Why would you have to call for that? I said, not every DC operates the same. I'm like, you tried that out in Shelby, you damn near worried about losing your job doing that. And it said, apparently running out of Pageland, you're just okay. Y'all are just okay with me. What? They don't have a trailer? All right, come back. Everywhere's a little bit different. So, and that just comes with time and experience. When you're running out of a DC, if you see on your in-transit, you're going to go to that DC and you're going to be like, okay, I understand how they operate. You understand the people that work there, you kind of understand their moods and whatnot, so you kind of understand how to deal with them. Versus if you go into Shelby, you understand how to deal with people in Shelby. You go to Brundage, Alabama, you know how to deal with people in Brundage. It's kind of just like, you gotta have to feel how they are. Yeah. Understand communication. Communication is key. Whenever you're out here and things are going on, things are happening, there's an update, there's a change, there's something that's going on your end, you need to make it known to dispatch, whoever your most current dispatch is from. You need to let them know, because ultimately that can affect you know, your loads and whatnot that you're doing. And you need to let them know, because the last thing you want to do is end up having a load failure or something getting placed on you that could have been prevented because you just decided not to open your mouth and say something. All right. Here's another one. Understanding the components of Walmart outside of driving. So Walmart is not like driving for any other company. You work for an over-the-road company. You tell them, hey, I want to use my vacation. I want to take this week off. I want to use home time. I'm sick, XYZ. You let dispatch know, and they handle basically 95% of things for you. Over here, it's not like that. You have to handle a lot of stuff for yourself. Prime example, let's say you're wanting to take a week off of work. Put the time, you have to talk to a coordinator, see if the days are available for you to be off. And then when they tell you, yes, those 5 days are available for you to be off, then they have to put you down in the system since you asked for it. Then you have to go to a manager and tell the manager that you're requesting those days off, so they can know to put it in their book and write it down and make sure you get paid for them. But at the same time, in order for you to get paid for them, you have to log into the Walmart One system, and you have to manually go in and pay yourself for those days, and then management on the back end is going to approve them. Any other trucking company? Hey, like I did when I was with ATS. Hey, Matt, I'm using my vacation. I'm going to take 1 week off. All right, cool. That was it. And I got paid for it. You don't have to do all that extra stuff. Understanding the rules, understanding how they do things, and this comes from asking questions. If you have a good trainer, they should go over this stuff with you outside of just driving in the in-transit system. A good trainer is going to talk to you about how to pay yourself. I bet a lot of drivers, there are some Walmart drivers who probably have no clue that you can pay yourself from your PTO if you have kind of a shitty day while you're out here. If you have a shitty day, how much you made that day is not equivalent or more than what your ADP is, you can go in and bump your day up to what your ADP is, so you can get basically paid for a full day. Now, however the breakdown works on the back end for PTO, that's how they'll put it out to bump your day up, and that's how much time will come out of your PTO. But nonetheless, you can pay yourself. I had to learn that on my own. So I had days that were kind of shitty out here, and nobody ever told me that. And I learned that from literally just talking to other drivers, just in different DCs that I've been to, and they're just like, oh, you knew and they'll just drop a gem of wisdom on me, and I'll be like, I did not fucking know that. Good to know. Good to fucking know. Like, thanks for the intel. So, I mean, talk to your trainers, talk to your coworkers about other questions that you might have. They'll be able to help you out if they feel like, they're willing to give the 2 to 5 minutes it takes for them to tell you that information. They'll be willing to help you out. So that's just one example of the things that you'll have to deal with that's outside of just driving the truck. Outside of driving the truck, you assume a lot of responsibility for yourself as far as your pay and things like that. So you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and if you're not sure, you need to ask. Be courteous and kind. I don't really feel like that needs to be explained. Everybody knows what be courteous and kind means. Take advantage of your home time. Take advantage of your home time. While you're home, try as much as possible to enjoy your family, or you know, if it's just you, whatever it is you value in your life, when you're outside the truck, take care of that. Because I'm not gonna lie, these 2 days off go by very fast, especially if you're like in a position like me. I have to drive 3.5 hours to my DC, so that kind of sucks. You know, on your go home day, you work a full 14. I basically, sometimes I'll end up getting off from work at like, you know, 10, 11 o'clock, on the road by 11, 12. Get home by like 2, 3, 3:30 in the morning on Tuesday. I go to sleep, wake up probably halfway through the day, try to do some stuff, spend some time with Janisha and the kids. And then, you know, Wednesday I try to do what I can, but then I got to be in bed early Wednesday because I got to get up at like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning to get in my car and drive 3.5 hours to Shelby so I can get my truck ready and then get my load and be out the gate by the time that's my gate time. So I end up spending a lot of time, you know, in transit, but to and from work outside of the truck. So when I'm at home, I try to maximize my home time. If you don't maximize your home time, and this goes for any facet in trucking, I don't care if you're local, I don't care if you're over the road, or I don't care if you're regional. When you're home, you need to be home. You need to be home mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. You need to take your time off and enjoy your home. Because if you're not taking care of your home life, it's going to stress you the fuck out. And when you come to work, you're not going to really want to be there. You're not going to perform as you should. You're not going to make the money that you want, which thus is going to make more stress into your life. And then you're going to turn around and just not be satisfied with your job. And it's not even truly the job's fault. It's because things on your home life aren't the way they should, because you're not doing what you should do to take care of your home life. So I'm not saying you got to be perfect at it. Nobody's perfect. We all drop the ball at times. But just remember, when you are home, take care of home, take care of family, and it'll make it all seem worth it in the end when you're out here, when you see your family's happy and taken care of. But anyway, you guys, this is it for this video. I'm about to hop into bed, start my day nice and early. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe to all the drivers that watch me, that are fellow Walmart drivers, and shoot, other truck drivers who can kind of understand the things that relate to all trucking in general. Drop some gems of wisdom down in the comment section. You know, let's have a discussion. Fellow Walmart drivers, if there's things that you found that have helped you be successful that I didn't mention, drop it in the comment section. Let's bounce ideas and topics off of each other. Literally, let you know, let's figure it out and help each other be successful. And it doesn't matter what part of the country that we're in. You know, we're all out here trying to do the same thing, make a living for our family. So whether you're in California, Washington State, Texas, North Dakota, Mount Pleasant, Iowa, you know, the Northeast, or whether you run out of Shelby with me, if you found something that helps you be successful, drop it in the comment section. Help us all get ahead. You know, we all at this table trying to eat, and that's what I want to do. I want to make sure we're all eating and taking care of each other, and we're getting, you know, getting ahead and being successful. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next go round. And have a good night.